one of the big things that you've been doing internally has been the whole Google Plus system. And I wanted to start off to talk about that with going back to what happened with Safari. Because you were having issues where you couldn't get the buttons to work in the ads within Safari, and there was a workaround that was put into place, which in turn opened up stuff that you guys didn't anticipate. But should you have done that in the first place? I know you didn't anticipate some of the other things that happened, but even we really want to make this work, and Safari doesn't allow it, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. Is that googly? Was it the kind of thing you should have done?
Yeah. I mean, I think, so with Safari, there's been already like a lot of coverage on that, and I think, we've definitely acknowledged the mistakes that we made there. I think the thing that we try to do is always, first of all, as soon as we were aware of it, our company was on full alert to, and my team was on full alert to fix it and to understand everything about it. And these things are complicated, and we're still in the process of understanding exactly what happened and fixing it and communicating. We had an issue. This is what happened. This is what we're fixing. We're fixing it as fast as we possibly can. And so I do think it is really. I do think that that's one place that we try always to acknowledge mistakes and fix them. On that specific issue, we do ask our users on Google Plus, like, would you like to opt into these customization features across the website? Right. And so if a user does opt into that, there is a question of like, well, does that opt into it? How does that intersect with, with Safari, where you have an opt out? So there are certainly questions there, and I think that was some of the logic is like users have opted into this on Google Plus. But we definitely have acknowledged the issues that we had, and we're doing everything we can right now to fix them and to acknowledge them.
Along similar lines, we had a session yesterday about retargeting, or remarketing, as Google calls it. Obviously, from an advertiser standpoint, this is a wonderful way to kind of tap into intent, to tap into search behavior, to reach people, and so on. But then there's the creep factor, right? Wow, you're following me along. How are you balancing that? How are you, both from an advertiser standpoint saying, look, this is great, we're going to really get you, qualified leads, versus, the people who are saying, wait a minute, I don't want this ad following me around.
Yeah. So I must have been remarketed to for this conference.
You followed me everywhere.
Because
I couldn't get away from you.
My picture for SMX kept appearing on the websites that I went to. So you guys probably use it for marketing. And I think the reason, right, so I think the point is that for marketers, it works because it's effective. For users, it will work because those are things that they're interested in. In fact, like Patel just published some article recently about like a remarketing experience he had that was, where he felt like, I think he got like a free night, in a hotel. But, because, so there's, he had gone to a site, he didn't actually buy, and then he saw more ads that like said, come back and you get this special. And so I think everything is a balance at the end of the day to providing that high quality user experience. Users want to see things that are useful and relevant for them. They want to see ads of products that they want to buy. But definitely we need to make sure that the users are comfortable with it, that they have that transparency and those options.
Yeah, we had last week the Obama administration announced that they wanted to have the Consumer Privacy Bill of Rights, which seemed to be the online Consumer Privacy Bill of Rights. But there was also this announcement that you, along with other companies, were going to support Do Not Track with browsers. Can you tell us more about what's going to happen there? And then also, in particular, if you do not track with the browsers, it seems like it's a very easy way to suddenly kill the remarketing that is very effective for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually there last week for that. And basically, the different, it's an industry initiative. And across the different groups in the industry, advertising industry, and they were able to come together under one group, the DAA, and make different recommendations that made sense and that we thought were very, very balanced in the sense that it gave consistent notification for the users in terms of what those opt-outs are across different browsers, and Chrome will adopt it. On the other hand, like, you also want to make sure that advertising does work for those sets of users who want to have it. And so, users will have the ability to opt out. We think it's a good baseline. There's still some information that needs to be retained for like spam and for like fraud detection and all the different things that we need to use to make sure that that the internet continues to work. And so overall, though, we were encouraged that we thought it was a good baseline. There's still details that need to be worked out. We're going to continue to work with the industry organizations and with the other browsers to have a good, consistent opt-out for users.
But there's not a concern that it'll turn into like, because I don't know anybody who doesn't want to be on Do Not Call, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it seems like you're equated to being exactly the same sort of thing. And so it seems like you might get a drove of consumers and great, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we offer an opt-out right now.
Right.
And like, we all got notified like 30 times. This is the privacy change. This is where you go to the ads preference manager. This is where you opt out. When we say like everyone can opt out. I mean, the ads might not be as relevant. You might see the same ad multiple times. You can't. So.
No more free nights.
Yeah, you can't get your free night at the West End anymore. Exactly. So, but. I think, so people have that option right now.
Right.
But again, we wanted to work with the industry groups, and we wanted to be consistent.